like cooking or ironing clothes or cleaning, and you can give love by giving space, right? You can give love in all these ways. Sometimes you give love in every way to somebody, but they don't accept any of it. None of it gets through. They have a wall, and you keep hitting that wall, and nothing you do is able to get through the other side of that wall. So when you say, I love you, they say, no, you don't. Why are you even saying that? I know it's a lie. You don't care. Stop saying that. You know what? Don't even talk to me. They have an entire overreaction just by you saying that I love you. You try to hug them, they say, get away from me. You don't mean that. I don't need your fake hugs. And they push you away. You try to give them a gift, they throw it away. You say, "This? You think you're going to buy my love? That's what you think? You think this is what I care about? It's expensive though, can I have it?" You try to serve. You try to give space. Hey, talk to me. I want to hear. I don't want to talk to you. You know what? Don't even. You know what happens? A person decides that you, no matter what you do, are not real, not genuine, not sincere. You don't care. They've created their own reality in their mind. And you're not able to break through that reality. Some of you, or even a young man came to me, just even in this crowd, told me he's not able to get through to his mom. He tries to have a conversation with his mom about difficult things that happened in the past, and the mom does not want to hear it. She does not want to hear it at all. Won't accept it. What do I do? How do I break through that wall? Well, let me tell you something. Even a prophet couldn't break through the wall of his own sons. Even a prophet. And a pretty amazing one. And he tried so hard to get through. And yet in the end he knew, these boys of mine, the only ones they talk to is each other. And when they talk to each other, they make that wall even thicker. They make it even stronger. They push everybody else out. And I'm not able to get through to the point where it's become dangerous. They're going to do something evil against you. So I need you to know, I'm not able to get through to them, so you need to be safe. فَيَكِيدُ لَكَ كَيْدًا إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لِلْإِنسَانِ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. The devil is a real enemy to human beings. He's a clear enemy. In other words, he's telling Yusuf, hey, listen, I know your brothers have gone down a very dark path, but that's not because they are evil. It's because the devil has been successful in letting them build their wall. It's the devil that's the real enemy. Maybe one day that wall can break. Maybe. And the devil will fail. And the human being that is behind that wall will emerge again. Right? That's what his hope is. So that's the first half of the conversation that Yusuf has with his son, or Yaqub has with his son. And that's about being honest, sharing difficult conversation, and also letting him know some people cannot be reached. It's okay. You can't just sit there waiting for them to change. And on the side note, I want you to know something about this. Some of you keep looking for love, keep looking for that wall to break from the same people over and over again, and you get hurt every single time, and you're like, I'm never going to do that again. I'm never going to try again. And then the next week you try again, and the same thing happens again, and you're like, that's it, that's the last time. And then you go back and do what? The same thing again, and then you're like, why are they so mean? Why don't they just let me love them? Why don't they just love me? Why are they so hard? Why are you so surprised? It's not their fault anymore. It's your fault. You keep running into the same wall and then saying, why is my nose bleeding? You're the one running into the wall. You just have to understand, sometimes the devil has a really good hold on people. Even Yaqub alayhi salam is smart enough to know that. So he doesn't say, oh no, go, it's okay, go play with them. Inshallah, it'll be okay. Inshallah, things will change. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, listen, your brothers are in a pretty bad place. Be real about that. You and I have to be real about certain people in our life. We would like them to change, but they haven't shown any signs of change. You don't have to keep opening yourself up to more pain. You don't have to do that to yourself. Then you're at fault, not them. But that's negative. All of this, what I showed you, is don't go there, don't talk to them. This is negative. But real love is not just about protecting someone. Don't talk to this one. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'm protecting you. I'm trying to love you. When you keep protecting someone, you can destroy them. You know, there are parents that are overprotective. There are husbands that are overprotective. There are wives that are overprotective. When you're overprotective, you start suffocating someone. Like, I can't even breathe. And they're like, I'm just trying to protect you. You know, like, Yusuf is going to the kitchen. Your brothers might be there. Come back here. Too much. Too much. But you know what? The next ayah is balance. It's so beautiful. وَكَذَلِكَ يَجْتَبِيكَ رَبُّكَ وَيُعَلِّمُكَ مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ. This is one of the most beautiful ayat in the Quran about what real love and real empowerment looks like. This is what every husband should give every wife. Every wife should give every husband. Every parent should give every child. Every older brother should give every younger brother and younger sister. Listen to what he does here. He says, listen, you told me this dream. I can tell from the way you told me that you're pretty smart. You have already analyzed this dream. It seems to me that Allah has started the process of selecting you. Not Allah has already selected you. Allah has started the process of selecting you. And He will be teaching you. وَيُعَلِّمُكَ. He will teach you all. He will be teaching you all kinds of speech. I want you to really understand what's going on here. The only way to learn something is to be challenged. The only way to grow is to run into a problem you've never run into before. When you're at work and you're doing the same thing over and over again, you will never get a better job. When you're at work and you face a new challenge, and you learn new things, and you fail and you try again and you succeed, you've gained experience. And that experience has made you more qualified for a better job. And that better job, if you're doing the same thing all the time, you're not going to grow. You have to hit newer challenges, isn't it? In your education, if you're learning things you've already learned before, you're not growing. If you're taking harder courses, if you're challenging yourself with new material, you're exploring new subject matter, every time you put yourself in a difficult situation of learning, of experiencing, you grow. Your education grows, your career grows, your mind grows, right? Every challenge is growth. And even Allah designed the physical body that way. Athletes, they cannot become better until they fully exhaust themselves and push themselves farther than they thought they could go. And the next time, that challenge, that when they reached 100, now they're able to reach 110. And when 120 looks impossible, the next time 130 is going to look impossible. You understand? They keep pushing further and further and further. Yaqub is telling his son something amazing about life. Your entire life is going to be about Allah choosing you for certain situations, and in all of those situations, He will be teaching you. Allah didn't say, Yaqub didn't say to his son, son, you're going to have a lot of problems in life. Your brothers, then I have a feeling you might end up in some really bad situations. And we already know what bad situations are coming, right? You're going to end up in a well. You're going to get taken out by a bunch of thieves. You're going to get sold like sheep or goats. You're going to be in a human slave trade market where you're going to get beat up and put a rope on and a chain around your neck, and they're going to drag you around without clothes. Then you're going to get taken in as a slave in a foreign country where you don't even know the language. Then you're going to grow up there and you're going to get falsely accused. Then you're going to be inside of a dirty jail. And you're going to spend many years of your life there. That's a pretty dark life. But you know the way the Quran describes it? Allah is selecting you and is continually what? Teaching you. There's a new outlook on life, folks. All the horrible situations that you and I will go through in life are two things. Allah selected me to experience certain things. And why did He select me to experience these things? So that I can learn. So that I learn from that experience. Some things you cannot learn from books. You can only learn from life. You can only learn the hard way. You have to live through something to know, oh my God, I didn't even see that before. Now I see it. Now I understand. I would have never understood. It grows you. It evolves you. And this is where I have to bring up one of the most important lessons. This is episode 2, the most important part of episode 2. The most important part of episode 2 is what I like to call seeing yourself as a victim. Seeing yourself as a what? Victim. Is Yusuf a victim? I would say yes. He's a victim of his brothers. He's a victim in the well. He's a victim of slave trade. He's a victim in jail. Isn't he a victim? He lived most of his life as a what? Victim. He was abused by multiple people in his entire life. He's a victim of all kinds of abuse. Is that true? Yeah. You know what's amazing about Yusuf? He never, ever sees himself as a victim. He's a bigger victim than anybody else. Never saw himself as a victim. In fact, one of the craziest things you will read that is amazing, when he was in jail, he was talking to a couple of people and he was describing how Allah has blessed him. A victim doesn't talk like that. A victim says, I don't know what Allah wants to do with me. I don't even know why I'm in this jail. I didn't even do anything wrong. What did I ever do to deserve being kicked out by, beat up by my brothers and thrown and lied about? Why did I have to lose my dad? I miss my dad so much. Why is Allah doing this to me? I don't know why Allah wants me to be a victim all the time. And if it wasn't bad enough, now this psycho lady, she just gets me thrown in jail. I could have worked anywhere else. There are so many less psycho women in Egypt. I could have worked for any one of them. But I had to work for this one. And she gets me thrown under the bus, and I end up here. He could have been talking about what a victim he is, right? Anybody sitting in jail would have been like, yeah, I don't deserve to be here. I don't know why they put me here. This is so wrong. I don't even know Allah's plan for me, etc. He doesn't complain. He's not seeing himself as a victim. In fact, he's seeing himself as someone who has been what? Blessed. Why? Because he remembers something his dad put inside him when he was little. Allah will be selecting you for situations, and in each of those situations, He will be teaching you, and by teaching you, you are going to grow, and that's how Allah وَيُتِمُّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكَ, and that is how Allah will complete His favor on you. He sees every one of those situations as a favor from Allah. A painful favor, but still a favor.